Picture a samurai on the eve of a brutal battle. He knows he might not survive tomorrow morning. You would think his final night would be spent panicking or obsessively planning his attacks. But he isn't doing any of that. He is practicing an ancient form of self-care to use to kill the anxiety ruining your life right now. We think of self-care as bubble baths, expensive skincare routines, and lazy cheat days. But the warriors and monks of ancient Japan viewed self-care as a matter of absolute survival. Today, I am going to show you how to bulletproof your mind using their exact methods. But first, we have to unlearn everything you think you know about relaxing. Think about it. When you are stressed, you probably try to escape. You zone out, you distract yourself, you try to numb the feeling. The ancient Japanese did the exact opposite. They believed that true self-care requires you to lean directly into the sharp edges of reality. They called this philosophy shugyo, which translates to severe ascetic training. Now, you don't need to climb a freezing mountain barefoot to find peace, but you do need to understand the psychology behind it. The human mind is like a wild dog. If you just give it a soft bed and endless treats, it becomes lazy, anxious, and destructive. But if you give it a clear task and discipline, it becomes your greatest protector. This is why the daily routines of ancient Japan were entirely built around intentional action. Every single movement was a chance to clear the mind. But this brings up a massive question. Why did the most lethal killers in history, the samurai, obsess over delicate things like flowers and tea? How does arranging a branch stop you from getting your head cut off? The answer is going to change how you look at your own daily habits forever. But here's the crazy part. The greatest swordsman in Japanese history had a terrifying approach to self-care. He famously refused to ever take a hot bath. While other lords were soaking in natural hot springs to relax, Musashi was plunging himself into freezing, jagged rivers. He never combed his hair, and he refused to sleep on a soft mat. Why? Because he understood a brutal truth about human nature. Comfort is the enemy of clarity. He knew that the moment you let your body become addicted to luxury, your mind becomes weak. Musashi's self-care wasn't about pampering himself. It was about stripping away the weakness. This brings us to the first actionable habit you need to adopt today. Point number 1, Misogi, the art of washing away the world. In ancient Japan, water wasn't just for getting dirt off your skin. It was a spiritual tool used to sever your connection to the past. When a samurai returned from the battlefield, he didn't just walk into his house, he performed Misogi. He washed his hands and his mouth to literally scrub the violence from his spirit. Today, you are fighting your own battles. You come home carrying the stress of your job, the anger from traffic, the toxic energy of other people. And what do? You sit on your couch and let that dirty energy infect your home. You need to practice modern Misogi. The exact moment you step through your front door, go straight to the sink. Turn on the coldest water possible. Wash your face, wash your hands, and as the water goes down the drain, visualize the stress of the day leaving your body. It sounds too simple, right? You do it by anchoring your mind to the physical sensation of the cold. You cannot panic about tomorrow when your face is submerged in freezing water today. Now, watch what happens next. Point number 2, Misogi, the external mind. In Zen monasteries, the monks spend hours every single day cleaning. They sweep floors that are already spotless. They wipe down statues that have no dust on them. Why? Are they just obsessed with hygiene? No. They understand that your physical space is a direct mirror of your internal mind. When your room is cluttered, your thoughts are cluttered. When your desk is a mess, your focus is entirely shattered. The ancient Japanese realized that you cannot force your mind to be calm, but you can easily force your room to be calm. If you are feeling overwhelmed to the point of breaking, stop trying to fix your brain. Go sweep your floor, fold your clothes, clear your table. As you create order in your physical environment, your brain naturally stops panicking. You are showing your nervous system that you are in control of your reality. What if I told you that the tension in your shoulders is actually a survival mechanism from the 12th century? That brings us to point number 3, Junin, softening the armor. Right now, check your body. Are your shoulders tense? Is your jaw clenched? Is your breathing shallow? In ancient Japanese martial arts, a tense muscle is considered a dead muscle. If a samurai fought with a tight, tense body, he was too slow. He would die. They had to learn how to keep their minds sharp while keeping their bodies entirely relaxed. They called this finding your hara. Your hara is your center of gravity, located 2 inches below your navel. When you are stressed, your energy flies up into your head and your chest. You start breathing quickly, triggering a massive fight-or-flight response. To fix this, you have to drag the energy back down. Place your hand on your belly right now. Take a breath so deep that your hand gets pushed outward while your chest barely moves at all. Drop your shoulders. Unclench your teeth. You are signaling to your ancient primitive brain that there is no tiger chasing you. There is no enemy at the gates. You are safe. But there is a silent killer still sitting right in your belly. How do you destroy it? You fixed your space and your body, but the noise in your mind is still screaming. The ancient Japanese had a specific habit for this, called ma. Ma translates to the empty space or the negative space. In Western culture, we hate empty space. If we have a free hour, we fill it with a podcast, a video, or scrolling on our phones. We treat emptiness as a void that must be stuffed. But the Zen master saw ma as the most important part of existence. Without silence, music is just noise. Without empty space in your day, your life is just a chaotic blur of stress. You have to start intentionally scheduling emptiness. I don't mean meditating. I don't mean journaling. I mean doing absolutely nothing. Sit on your floor for 10 minutes. No music, no goals. Just stare at the wall. At first, your brain is going to scream at you. It will beg you to check your notifications, to be productive, to do something. Let it scream. Eventually, the wild dog tires itself out, and what is left behind is a profound, unshakable peace. This is the secret of the samurai. They didn't conquer their enemies by being louder or faster. They conquered them by being more still. They used Misogi to wash away the past. They used Osogi to clear their environment. They used their hara to drop their physical panic. And they used ma to starve their internal noise. These aren't just habits. This is an absolute survival system for your mind.